Hi, I'm going to document how to create a commons project in Mule so that you can share common resources among multiple projects. There is a different approach using a Mule domain project wherein you can share resources such as configurations across multiple projects, but then you can't share flows or subflows using a Mule domain project approach. A Mule Commons application is a regular Mule app which you can use to share configurations as well as flows or subflows and everything else, which is superior to the approach by a Mule domain project. Now I'm going to create a Mule project with the name Commons. That's what I'm going to call this Commons project. Use Maven. I'm modifying the group ID, version. That's all. Now we got the Commons project, an XML file. We can create even multiple XML files, which is not a problem, just like you do in the regular Mule project. And in this, I'm going to have a subflow which I can use to log whatever is referring to this. I'll just have a subflow. Inside it, I'll have a logger which will log from the commons jar, because we're going to package this application as a jar so that it can be referenced to by other Mule projects. Log from commons jar message, and then we'll give it some meaningful name. Subflow from commons, logging subflow. So this is a logging subflow from commons. That's what I'm going to call this. Now I have this defined, and we have to change the packaging type from Mule to a jar. Now that this is done, we are ready to share. This will let us understand how to share subflow or even a flow, which is not much any different at all. But then I'm going to create some global configuration elements just to demonstrate the power this one gives us. I'll just let it be this, and then for the name, I'll say base HTTP connection first. Then let's also share a request configuration. Request configuration from commons. So I'm going to call this just 0.0.0.0.8080 some base path. Yep. So after packaging this as a jar and including in any of our dependent projects, we can see that there is a base HTTP connection, request configuration from commons, and this subflow which are exposed that we can reuse in any other project. So let's save this. Have the pom.xml set to packaging type as jar. Now I'm going to open a new terminal. Okay. I'm navigating. Then our project is a commons. Here you can see there is a pom.xml. So I'm going to use my Maven tool, Maven clean as the first step, Maven package, success, and I'm going to install this. It got installed into com.shishank. There is an A commons. Inside A commons there is one. It got created as a jar. It's a good thing. That's what we were looking for. So, and now let's demonstrate how this works using a child project that is dependent on this. Mule project. We'll just name it second child because I have already used the name first child for a different demonstration. Yeah, my second child project got created, and for this, now that we have this second child project, a dependent project got created, we'll go to its pom.xml and add the jar we know as a dependency. So ideally one should be editing here, but you can also use the design view to add a new dependency from this. I'm just going to copy some existing. I just need to specify group ID, artifact ID, and version, and nothing else. We'll just copy this. Now, the Mule Commons project, and then group ID is com.shishank. Then the artifact ID is a commons. Oh, Mule version. Good thing. Well, this is actually a variable kind of defining this. So we're going to declare a variable with name mule.commons.version. We don't need this copy here. So we need to have a variable at the top. It's okay. Mule.commons.version. Mule.commons.version, and the version we specified in our file is, they should match 100. See, we don't have any more errors. Something got changed in the reference library. Yes, we now have commons 100 jar. Then you see you can access commons.xml and other XML files. Now just try opening this. Yeah, we don't get to see the Anypoint Studio's default designer view, but there you can directly edit it here, but it's not recommended. This is inside a jar. So we should be able to access these three resources: listenet config, request config, and a subflow. In this project's any XML file, because we included the commons project as a jar. So we'll have a flow. Sequential flow, okay. And then I'll get a HTTP element, but then I wouldn't be creating a config because I want to be able to use whatever is inside the jar file. Since it is taking some time. Close and open this. First. It hasn't yet understood how to refer to this. Yep. One more thing we forgot to do. We need to specify to import certain beans. So we will be importing from the class path. And we'll specify whichever XML config we are planning to use. Since our project has only one .xml, we'll specify it here. If there are multiple, you'll specify multiple imports. And once we are done with this, you can see saying a new configuration class path comments.xml got imported here. Saying it works. Save. Yeah, you can see it got imported and there are these elements. Good. Don't worry, we can also you refer to the subflow anyway. It may not show it here, but it works. Problems. Not defined in this that. Now we are going to define it. Comments. Okay. Yeah. Yep. You see, it already selected because that's the only thing available in this environment. Our base HTTP connection from a commons got selected, and then now we'll put a flow reference to that subflow. So after listening to an element, it needs to be logged. So rather than putting a logger, just for the purpose of demonstration, we are going to use the logger set inside the commons project, which very well might be very interesting logger. So special logger, printing some cryptic and very useful images. Flow name, logging subflow from commons. Got detected, no issues. And then I'll just put a HTTP requester and the configuration, it already got picked. Then I'll specify some path, some request endpoint. We don't know if it exists even. We haven't done it. We haven't defined anything, but anyway, yeah, we'll just send a head request. So you can see that there are no errors, which means it works. So that's all. That's the demonstration, and thanks for watching. If you have any more questions, you can put in the comment section of this YouTube video, or you can ask me through any other channels that you know to contact me. Thank you. Bye.